Well, isn't this fantastic? 40 degrees and melting yesterday, freezing cold wind and raining today. But speaking of rain, hail or shine, mate, the cars behind us, they need to perform for Australians, rain, hail or shine.
Absolutely. This is the 2025 Drive Car of the Year Best Small Cars category winners. And when you think about it, compact cars, small cars, there's a lot of people who look to these not only for high density living if you're living in the cities, but as the second family car. If you need something to run around to the shops, you've got young drivers, this is where you look at first and foremost. And looking at our winners, there's something for everybody, regardless of budget. Australia's best small cars may not take up much space in the driveway, but despite their size, they are all big on features, value and character. For Drive Car of the Year 2025, there are 4 small car awards, starting with the best urban car under $30,000, the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro. Priced from just $23,990 drive away, the compact Tiggo 4 is chock full of features and value, and with a 7-year warranty proves that even buyers on a budget can have a well-specified new car. Next in line is the best urban car under $50,000, the Honda Civic Hybrid. The Civic badge has been part of Australian roads now for over 50 years, and this latest model reinforces the trust earned by Honda with an easy and efficient hybrid driveline and a very affordable cap price service program, all wrapped in a stylish and sporty package. The best small SUV under $50,000 for the second year running is the Hyundai Kona Hybrid. With plenty of style and features paired with an effortless hybrid system, the Kona has the looks and value to hold its place as the best small SUV on sale. Just because it's small doesn't mean it can't be a little bit fancy. The winner of the best small SUV under $80,000 goes to the new Mini Countryman. Here, buyers have a tremendous amount of choice and personalisation available, from petrol or electric power, a range of colours, contrasts and interiors across various models including a sporting JCW variant. The new Countryman manages to offer a high quality and practical compact SUV that still exudes the fun the Mini badge is famous for.
Well, we jokingly say amongst the judging team that the new Mini should be called a Maxi, but that aside, this is a very impressive vehicle, electric or otherwise.
Absolutely. So the new Mini Countryman is the Drive Car of the Year 2025 best small SUV under $80,000, because we know that even buyers looking for a compact car occasionally do want something more, and the benefit of this thing is that under 80 grand you can have a petrol one, you can have an electric one, depending on what you need, and there's so much configuration capability with it. I love it here in the green over tan, but you can go bonkers. You can have a contrast roof, you can have different wheels, all sorts of things. It's one of the things that makes the Mini really, really appealing for a lot of buyers.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mini Countryman, Drive Car of the Year 2025, best small SUV under $80,000. It's fair to say Mini has been a champion of the small car class before the small car class was even a thing. And this new Mini, the Countryman here that we're testing, is probably more true to the Mini ethos in many ways than you might expect. We love the big circular infotainment and control screen, which now crucially uses all of the real estate instead of a strip through the middle, which was a bit silly. If you're wondering what the weird start-stop button is about, that's probably because the original Mini had the key there that you would put in the center of the dash. And there is no argument that for a small SUV, this is really funky and cool and interesting and different. Just look at the choice of materials. Mini could have just done a more boring or a more bland interior, but they decided not to. And if you're buying a small vehicle, this is not small per se like a Mini used to be, but it's certainly small by modern standards, but you feel like you're getting a much bigger vehicle when you drive this. And if you love Minis, if you're buying into the history of the brand, this is going to feel like it belongs. It's a really cool and interesting little SUV. As a team, we love driving the new Mini. The judges agree that one thing above all else stands out when you talk about the new Mini, especially the electric version that we're driving now, and that is fun. A sense of fun about every part of it. But, and this is the crucial point, it's as functional and useful as it is interesting to look at. Really good head-up display for the driver, chunky steering wheel that makes you feel like you're driving something a little bit more sporty than it otherwise might be, really good seating position and visibility and all of those things that you want in an SUV of this type. works particularly well around town. And on that point, ride quality is excellent, insulation is excellent as well. You've got plenty of room in that second row there, which is key, because I think if you're looking at buying one of these, you may not need to use the second row all the time or every day, but you certainly will need to use it pretty frequently. Now, in terms of the driving experience, well, the new Mini is as you'd expect. It feels like driving a Mini. This one happens to be electric, but the judges liked the fact that under the price cutoff for this segment, you can buy every type of Mini Countryman, whether it's electric or not. Very, very clever move on Mini's part to offer this vehicle at a price point that's going to appeal to a lot of Australian buyers. And I think the fact that Mini's been able to tune the suspension so that it rides really well, again, over that hard speed hump we've just gone over there with a real sharp edge as you approach it, I think that makes a big difference for buyers around town. It is quick, it is responsive, the accelerator pedal's sharp, and you can get moving if you want to get moving. But this does the daily driving stuff really well, and that's the most important thing. Well, it might seem strange if you're watching this, James, but this category and this vehicle is one that excited the judges more than any other, because CR-V's been good for a while, HRV's been good for a while, but I think with the new Civic, Honda is back.
Look, absolutely. Honda Civic is a name that resonates so well with so many Australians. And to see the new Honda Civic Hybrid will take away the win of the 2025 Drive Car of the Year Best Urban Car under $50,000 really is testament to the quality that Honda has kind of stepped up to do. From an exterior style perspective, it's a really sharp looking car. But inside, fit and finish, the interior really does make you feel like you are in a level above what you've come to expect from a Civic. And I think Honda, to your point, has really nailed it. But the best thing is that ownership.
Yeah.
The servicing costs are so low. The warranty is solid. It's a really, really good proposition. So if you're looking for a small car, you've got a little bit more to spend, but you want something that, well, you trust, the new Honda Civic Hybrid, a very worthy winner of the 2025 Drive Car of the Year Best Urban Car under 50 grand.
Small cars have come and gone in Australia over the decades, and one has remained aspirational among certainly buyers who are looking at the more affordable variants, and that is the Honda Civic. And it's fair to say the judges have been incredibly impressed with this new Civic since it was first released. And key to that is, if you're a one-car family, if this is your second vehicle, if this is the vehicle that you do a lot of your running around in, you are getting a small car but with a lot of space inside it. So you don't feel like you're wedged into a tiny little car, even though the exterior is not actually that big. Honda's back. Honda's actually making the kind of impact with buyers that it should be, and the Civic is right at the head of that class. If you're of a certain age, let's call it somewhere between 45 and 50, Honda wasn't just a premium Japanese brand, it was an aspirational brand, and a properly aspirational brand at that. And while in the last 10 years or so, vehicles like HRV and CRV have been particularly good, for the first time in quite a while, the judges got behind the wheel of this new Civic Hybrid and thought, Honda is back. This is an exceptional small car. It's effortless, it's quiet, it's a beautiful thing to drive. And when you do switch between electric and petrol propulsion, you really don't feel anything through the cabin. It's quite comfortable and it just happens effortlessly. We're on a smooth road now and it's obviously very quiet, but when you're riding on coarse chip or bumpy surfaces, the Honda just soaks it up and very little translates through to the cabin. So it's a really serene experience, whether you're the driver or the passenger. And it's hard to argue that this could be the first example of Honda heading on an upward trajectory with more and more quality product. Small SUVs, family buyers love them, so much so that some manufacturers, Hyundai being one of them, have removed the entry point to their whole range being a car and moved to an SUV. That's how important compact and small SUVs are. And Kona, which is one of the small SUV standouts, has been for a while. It looks fantastic and it offers really good value for money.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I think this is the reason that the Kona Hybrid is back for the second year running, because you get so much car for your money. Here, we've got a hybrid. So you've got really efficient running costs. You've got a lot of practicality and functionality, really high specification, even in an entry-level car. tremendous value. And I think that has been the key of the 2025 Drive Car of the Year awards, and it's certainly resonant here with the Kona.
That's right, the Hyundai Kona, best small SUV under $50,000 for the 2025 Drive Car of the Year awards. There's a lot to like about the Hyundai Kona when you're here inside the cabin. And the key with a small vehicle, SUV or otherwise, is that you feel like you've got a sense of space in here, storage and practicality, because often those of you who are buying a small vehicle are doing it because you have to do it, but you need the practicality. And Hyundai has really delivered here inside the cabin. I'm set up for my driving position. You can easily fit another 6 foot tall adult behind me in the second row. There's so much room throughout the cabin here because they've opened up this center console area for storage, phone charging, and it's just really practical. And then of course, you get the control center here in front of you, which is very, very high end for a small car. So when you stop and think about the fact that this is efficient, it's great value for money, it's really cost effective to run and own. If you're buying a small SUV, you're going to feel like you're at least a segment bigger than you are if you get the Hyundai Kona. Well, the Hyundai Kona is another repeat winner in the Drive Car of the Year awards, and with good reason. This updated model gets a fantastic hybrid drivetrain, a cabin that feels way more premium than the price point might suggest, and a drive experience that's insulated, comfortable, and enjoyable no matter what road surface you're on. Now, the Kona is unashamedly city focused. This compact SUV segment is all about that. Imagine this is the only car you've got and 4 of you want to do a road trip that's 5 or 6 hours each way. You need to be able to do it in comfort, and you can do that in the Hyundai Kona. And of course, as we've said with every Hyundai that's won an award throughout the Drive Car of the Year awards this year, hybrid drivetrain makes a massive difference. And at the moment, when the cost of living is at the forefront of everybody's mind, you can't beat that from Hyundai. Excellent warranty, excellent standard inclusions. And as we said at the beginning of this review, the Kona really does feel like it should be more expensive than it is.
Value. It's the key word of 2025. And when you're looking at a brand new car, Apple CarPlay, lots of things, even has a sunroof. That is why for 2025 Drive Car of the Year, the new Chery Tiggo 4 has won Best Urban Car under $30,000.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of the feedback we get from readers is about the expense of new cars. The cost of everything's gone up. There are no cheap cars on sale in Australia anymore in a new sense, and it's hard to get really good value for money. Well, Chery, with the Tiggo 4, has said, you know what, we can help you there. And what they've done, and that's why this segment was such a difficult one for the judges, they've delivered incredible value for money, standard specification, warranty, which is 7 years, cap price servicing program. If you buy this vehicle, if you're on a budget, first timer, downsizer, second car, those kinds of things, and you're really on a sharp budget, this is going to feel like you've squeezed every drop out of your dollar.
Absolutely. And it's to that point that ongoing ownership cost, it's all managed. And you know that you can have a safe car with all the mod cons and all the bits and pieces. It's going to see you through for the next few years without stress. And I think at the moment, that's what Australians are looking for. And that's why the Chery Tiggo 4 has taken the prize.
Now, the key with any small car is to pack as much into the cabin as you possibly can, and Chery has really had a good crack at that with the Tiggo 4 Pro. This feels bigger inside, certainly from behind the wheel and in the passenger seat, than it looks on the outside. And for a lot of people buying in this segment, you're not using the second row all the time or every day, but you're using it regularly enough that you need a little bit of space back there. You can fit adults in the second row when you've got taller adults in the front. You've also got room in the boot for regular week-to-week shopping, day-to-day stuff like that as well. And the Chery Tiggo 4 positions itself very practically as an affordable daily driver if it's space inside the cabin that you need, certainly more than a regular small car like a hatchback would have.
With a 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine delivering 108 kilowatts and 210 newton metres, the little Tiggo 4 offers plenty of urban zip that suits the tasks of day-to-day city driving. There's great visibility, and the compact stature makes the Tiggo light and pleasant to drive around town. With the first 5 services coming in at just $280 a year and a 7-year unlimited kilometre warranty, the Tiggo backs up its strong purchase value with terrific ownership credentials as well. What did you think of the Drive Car of the Year 2025 Best Small Cars categories? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to check out last year's winners, you can click up here.